You are listening and watching a very special podcast. This is my anime crossover project, Phenomenon Serendipity, and I hope you guys like it. Maggie was feeling even more reserved and even more isolated. Even after recruiting Yogi from circus, she still felt a little distant. Okay, not a little, but more distant than she already did. She didn't feel like she could fit in. With her problems and hatred towards guys, she couldn't even adapt well. She felt herself pushing away from the others more. No matter how many times Bibi tried to help her, it wasn't enough. And Maggie was feeling even more miserable, and she didn't know why. And the others were really concerned about her. Maggie didn't know what to do, but she had no time to waste because she had another mission. She found herself in a different world and jumping from rooftop to rooftop. But then, while she was landing down perfectly onto the street, she found herself face to face with a young girl with red eyes, red dress, and she was staring up at Maggie. Maggie smiled. Hey kid. Sorry, gotta go. And she ran off. But then Maggie realized she can disguise herself with this symbiotic exoskeleton. She just discovered it and she didn't understand what it was all about with this power she had. She managed to disguise herself in more manly disguises, trying to hide the fact that she's a girl. But she ended up getting in trouble with a bunch of hoodlums. They looked intimidating, dangerous. Maggie somehow provoked them in some ways. But then she managed to get them to chase her as she hid in a tavern. But it turns out this tavern, it was the hoodlums' hideout, which was known as Humra. There was a guy just smoking there. He was the bartender, and he confronted Maggie, not realizing that she's really a girl in disguise. Maggie tried to flee, but she was held down by some teenage boy who looked like some sort of middle schooler. You really think you could outsmart us? You got another thing coming, you know that? He said. Maggie felt like this was deja vu, just like what happened to her. She tried to get up, but the middle schooler refused to let her get up. Then he grabbed Maggie by the shirt, but accidentally groped her. The guy just flushed there, and then he said, Mr. Kusanagi. He is a she, he said. What? Yada, what the hell are you talking about? Kusanagi said. It's a girl! It's a freaking girl! Yada cried. The others couldn't believe it. Maggie smirked. What's the matter, boys? You didn't really think I was a girl? Hamura tried to explain, but Maggie wouldn't, and she fought against Hamura. Just before she could just kick ass even more, just as she did, from fighting and kicking and punches at them. She was going to make her next move against the next person, but she stopped herself when she saw the little girl, the same one she saw earlier. "Hi," Maggie said. "Hi," said the little girl. I remember you. You're the girl I saw in the city," Maggie said. "Yes, my name is Anna," said the young girl. "I'm Maggie," said Maggie. Soon Maggie started to be more acquainted to Hamra, but again she was still isolated. Anna tried her best to comfort Maggie, but Maggie, assuming that Anna was just nothing more than just a child, refused to open up. Just then, manifestations were attacking. Maggie and Hamra faced off against these creatures. But during that time, one of the manifestations grabbed Maggie by her elbows and said, "So you're the bitch's spawn, are you? Well then, I think it's time for you to feel the pain of her wrath," said the creature. The others chuckled. Maggie squirmed, but no matter how many times she tried to break free, it wasn't enough. Just then, the manifestation was scorched on fire. Maggie was so frightened she broke free from its grip and rolled down. Luckily, there were no flames on her. Not a single one. Maggie looked up to see who it was. It was Anna. She was the one responsible. "That's what happens when you play with fire," said Anna. It was so horrifying, but it was actually amazing. The manifestation tried to fight back, but Anna scorched them with her flames until there were nothing but dust and ashes to fade away. One of the manifestation trembled. You are the one, aren't you? You are part of Hamra. You are their leader. You are the Red King, aren't you?" said the creature. Maggie just sat there and gawked, with her mouth dropped open. "Red King?" Maggie gasped. She felt guilty right on the spot as she saw Anna taking out the manifestation. Then Maggie was gonna fight alongside her. And then she managed to recruit Hamra, and she felt that her team was gonna get stronger. No blood, no bone, no ash. Yeah, sorry about the quick treatment with this chapter, guys, on Maggie's point of view. I don't know, I just want to maybe not make this too long. Maybe I should have added more dialogue. I hope you guys really like this. I was just trying my best to make this a lot interesting. But I got something even more exciting for you. I'm not going to spoil it on what it is, but I hope you guys like it, and it's coming very, very soon. So sit tight, hold on to your hats, because it's going to be a bumpy ride in this next chapter of Maggie's point of view, and also the rest of the girls of Phenomenon Serendipity. And let me just say that the girl characters in Phenomenon Serendipity, I thought I would have them more like Sucker Punch, you know that movie? Yeah, something like that. I don't want it to be like shoujo. No, definitely not. But yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to explain, but hey, I hope you guys like it, and let me know in the comments of what you think. And also, I apologize for the whole picture repeater, but hey, I think you're gonna see more of that. And I was trying to make it more like how an album for a YouTube video is so still and no movement changes. But since I'm using a different program, I think that's a little impossible to let the player of the podcast play, then just the picture just moving while the podcast is playing. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to share something with you guys. Don't worry, this next chapter is gonna blow you away. So I'll see you next time. I'm Captain Donovan, and I'll see you later.